As the long shot candidates fought for attention on that debate stage in Simi Valley, President Trump was in Michigan rallying support from the auto workers union and also from just non-union auto workers as well. With a massive lead in the polls, President Trump again skipping the debate for an event of his own. The former president attempting to convince auto workers to back him over President Biden, just a day after President Biden made history by hitting the picket lines alongside them. Emily Finn is live in Metro Detroit for us this morning. Hey, Emily.
Hey, Marky. Good morning to you. Well, as we've been mentioning throughout the morning, former President Trump said no thanks to participating in the Republican presidential primary debate in California, instead speaking to hundreds of UAW workers and non-union supporters here in Michigan instead. During his speech, his message was clear. He thinks that Joe Biden's push for electric vehicles is going to cost the union members their jobs altogether as their strike against the Big Three continues.
A vote for President Trump means the future of the automobile will be made in America.
Wednesday night at Drake Enterprises in Clinton Township, Michigan, a non-union factory, former President Trump spoke with UAW workers and non-union supporters for about an hour as their strike against Ford, GM, and Stellantis looks to expand before the week wraps up. Trump focused heavily on rejecting President Biden's electric vehicle push, saying the demands the UAW workers are fighting for won't matter when they're out of a job.
He wants electric vehicle mandates that will spell the death of the U.S. auto industry.
It's a message that appeared to resonate with Trump supporters at the event.
No matter what you hear, it is not popular. EVs are not popular, not just with auto workers, with most people.
The former president's visit comes one day after President Biden joined UAW workers and the union's president Shawn Fain on the picket lines outside of Detroit. But according to our latest NewsNation Decision Desk polling, almost 39% of respondents say they believe the Democrat Party best represents the interests of the UAW workers.
Stick with it, because you deserve the significant raise you need and other benefits.
Despite the back-to-back events showing support for the union workers from both Presidents Joe Biden and Donald Trump, the high-profile political visits didn't appear to help talks progress between the UAW and the Big Three. The union indicated before Trump's event they're planning for another strike expansion against Ford, GM, and Stellantis as negotiations remain tense. And the union's president, Shawn Fain, is expected to announce more details on the expanded strike at 10 a.m. tomorrow on Facebook Live. This marks the second expansion since the strike began on September 14th. It's all part of the union strategy that they call stand-up striking, which means that they'll call upon more and more workers to join in on the strike if negotiations with Ford, GM, and Stellantis continue to stall. As of right now, there's about 19,000 UAW workers on strike. That represents about 12% of their total members. So we'll be awaiting to see how many more will be joining in on the work stoppage, joining in on the picket lines after that announcement tomorrow. Adrienne and Marky.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.